Sup, Reitanna, it's Reitanna Seishin here with another Hall of Shame video, and I'm going to try and keep this one short. Now, don't I just sound like the happiest person in the world? I'm actually PMSing, so I'm upset about absolutely nothing thanks to hormones. So, unfortunately, this one is not going to be as enjoyable as the others just because I'm just like, oh my god, I'm a woman, and oh my god, like, seriously. Okay, so, I'm not sure if this was purposefully, commented by this person who just chose to be a dumbass, or they're seriously being a dumbass, but either way, it's, just to be safe. Vanessa Tavini. Sorry, that's a cool name.
Okay, I've been watching this video from part 1 to this, and I know that Apple Bloom's cutie mark is the same as the other two cutie mark crusaders. And Fab says cutie mark are a pair of scissors, not this. 3 apple seeds? Seriously?
I almost replied to this. I almost did, but then I was like, wait a minute. So, I mean, yes, I did reply to it, but I almost said to this person, okay, so whether or not this person is trolling, which is an absolute possibility, they could be trolling, trying to, get on my nerves or whatever. Sorry, honey, but, everything gets on my nerves when I'm PMSing. But, this was 2 days ago. I was not PMSing, so I was like, are you just dumb? Are you joking? I don't know. Okay, so if this person is absolutely serious, they're obviously too young to be on YouTube in the first place. Because only a child would not understand that muffins is an alternate universe. Now, let's think about this like intelligent people. If Pinkie Pie and a bunch of other characters are murdering other ponies to the point where Rainbow Dash no longer exists, Rarity no longer exists, Applejack, and, let's see, by this time, who else died? This comments on Farewell to Kindness, by the way. I'm trying to think of who else died. See, Rarity died, Fluttershy escaped, and Twilight went crazy. Okay, so yeah. So, there are ponies being murdered, dying. There's a group of cannibalistic ponies killing other ponies and eating them. So, this doesn't happen in the show. So how is it not understandable that things are happening in this timeline that didn't happen in the show? That's why I think this person is joking, because this is just stupid.
Apple Bloom's cutie mark is the same as the other two cutie mark crusaders.
Well, for one, they're not the same. Each one is a shield, one has an apple, one has a lightning bolt, and the other one has a whatever. Personally, I think that's stupid, because a cutie mark is supposed to identify the pony as an individual, but they're the same. They're grouped into, I know they're friends, and I know they're the cutie mark crusaders, but that completely defeats the purpose of individuality. So, I don't hate their cutie marks because they're not my cutie marks. I hate them because that was a bad idea. Now, Fab says Bab's cutie mark is a pair of scissors. Okay? That's in the show. Alright? In the Muffins universe, both Apple Bloom and Babs, for one, got their cutie marks before they did in the canon universe, and they got their cutie marks in a much different way than they did in the show. So, when you say, I've been watching the video from part 1 to this, does that mean that you have been watching... Because Farewell to Kindness is only in one part, so I've been watching this video from part 1 to this. That makes no sense. If what you meant was, I've been watching since the first Muffins story, then you should already know this. That's another reason why I think this person is just trolling. But if they're not, we just gotta say, just in case, Excuse me. You're an idiot! Anyway, let's go to the next one. It's newer, but like not too new. Let's see. I actually almost replied to this one too, but then I was like, wait, this person is just trying to get me again. So, they try to get me, and I'm tempted to reply, but at the same time I'm like, wait, no, I can use this. Especially since there's the possibility that they're doing this on purpose. Okay, so this was on Muffin's side story, All That Glitters. Wow, you are one entitled little ball of hate. Don't leave rude comments. Don't be rude to your viewers, bitch. What the fuck? See all that rude bullshit you just spewed could have been said politely. But no, you're 13 and had to get the anger out somehow, huh? I'm not going to be nice now that you've been rude. Sure, your stories are decent for a new writer, but just because you have subs doesn't mean you can be rude to them. Shut the fuck up, learn to be cordial, or nobody will talk to you, let alone read your basic stories. I hate myself. So I had to make up all this shit about you to make myself feel better. Let's see what it actually says. Because I know, I just, come on, yo. Alright, my description. Oh, wait, that's the comment. Let's see. Don't leave hateful troll or spam comments, and don't self-advertise on my channel. Also, if you are under the age of 13, you are breaking the terms of use provided to you by YouTube before you signed up. To be reminded of this rule, please visit this page. So, it is actually the law of the Child Online Piracy Protection Act. It's the law that on most websites, you have to be 13 years or older to be on the website. If you're any younger, you need to be on with parent supervision, but on YouTube, you cannot be on it, I mean, if your parent is showing you a cute video of a puppy or something, then that's, obviously, but that's parental supervision. I don't know if I said parental or something, but parental. Anyway, so that's what I said. It said professionally, it said non-hostily, so I mean, my updates are like, kind of just annoyed because people are stupid and think that I'm referencing things that I was not referencing. Anyway, so, I'm sorry, how am I entitled? A ball of hate? Kind of. I mean, I hate a lot of stuff, but I'm definitely not in the shape of a ball. Actually, I would consider myself, I don't know, let's see, I have a big butt, but I have a nearly flat chest. Would that be like, I'm not like a pear, I'm kind of straight, unless I wear my corset, of course. So I think I'm like a banana. I'm a banana. So, if you tried to quote this, you said, don't leave rude comments. And then you said, don't be rude to your viewers, bitch. What the fuck? So, see all that rude bullshit you just spewed, but I didn't say anything rude in my disclaimer about not leaving hate comments. But no, you're 13 and had to get the anger out somehow, huh? Actually, I'm 26, you idiot. And that wasn't anger, that was me telling people not to leave spam or troll comments or hateful comments toward, other commenters, because it is supposed to be a safe place, and people who have done nothing wrong do not deserve to be trolled. My channel does not deserve to be spammed, because, well, spam just fills it up and it's annoying. It's just, that's why it's called spam. It's not supposed to be there. Reitanna, you said you were trying to keep this short. I kind of meant I wouldn't go off topic. Anyway, so I put that in my description for the safety of my commenters, to keep it nice. Unless, of course, somebody does come in and leave something that's bullshitty, that's, really insulting. I'm going to choose somebody out. I do not deliver the first punch. People who decide to come in and start throwing their rocks, they're going to get them thrown back at them. But otherwise, me telling people not to leave rude comments is not rude. Like, that's really stupid. Cyborg satire? I'm wondering how old you are, because you obviously need to get some anger out somehow, huh? I'm not going to be nice now that you've been rude. I was not rude. Sure, your stories are decent for a new writer. I'm actually not a new writer, but okay. My stories are not basic. Since technically I'm not a professional writer, I am an amateur writer, but my stories are better than decent. Of course, every single time I write a story, every single time I proofread it, I get a little bit better. But I think, let's see, I was a basic writer when I was 10, and I was doing picture stories. The only reason why you left this comment was it was obviously an attempt to upset me, but it didn't upset me. I think you're just upsetting yourself. And this is one where it's like, if this is not a troll comment, if this is serious, I'm sincerely worried about this person. Because this person feels that they have to attack somebody else who has a talent that you apparently do not have. You're probably young. You're probably around 13, 14, 15. You probably have a lot of anger issues due to maybe psychological problems that you're not getting treated for, or maybe your household isn't exactly, maybe your living situation isn't good. Maybe you have abusive parents. Maybe you have a lot of problems. You obviously have a lot of problems that you cannot face by yourself. You need to get help. You really do. If this comment is serious, Cyborg, I'm going to tell you right now, very honestly and as civilly as I can, you need help. Because if you were serious about this comment, if you weren't intending it as just for the lulz, just to stir up problems, a troll. If you weren't trolling, then you desperately need to go see a psychiatrist. You need to go to therapy, and you need to get this anger under control. You're most likely a teenager. I can't imagine any adult saying these things. So you're very hormonal, and if you have psychological problems on top of your hormones, I know from experience that can cause even more problems than it already should have been. When I was a teenager, I wasn't on medication for my manic depression, and I fucked up a lot of shit. But I didn't trust doctors at the time, because when I was first put on medication, they gave me stuff that wasn't for my condition and made things worse. But Cyborg, basically, people like Cyborg are trying to speak to the person that they're targeting, but that person that they're speaking to is holding up a mirror. And so they're not speaking to the person, they're speaking to themselves. This person is describing themselves. They're not happy with themselves. And unfortunately, very weak people are unable to, for one, accept that they don't like themselves, and for two, deal with their problems on their own. I don't like myself, but I'm not going to take it out on other people and pretend that they're the ones that have my problems, because that's not right. That's unjustified. It's not an honest thing to do. Sure, I did that when I was young and I didn't understand what the hell was going on with me, but you gotta get over those kind of things. It's a kind of thing where it's cowardly to push your problems onto somebody else and attack them with your faults. Because you're basically running and hiding away, from yourself. You're running from your problems, but your problems will always catch up with you. And doing this kind of thing is going to make you feel worse. I guarantee that if this person was serious, they did not feel better after leaving this comment. It's possible that they felt even worse, but they couldn't explain to themselves why they felt worse. Or they did, and they thought, they told themselves, why did you leave that comment? You had no reason to leave that comment. You're just, you're a worthless piece of shit. Sometimes with mental disorders, a lot of desire to sabotage yourself comes into play, where people do things so that they get the negative attention because they believe they should be punished for being them. I've never experienced it in my depression episodes. I think that happened. Correct me if I'm wrong if you have this. I think borderline personality disorder has it. And I think these are things that I don't have, so I'm trying to remember the information. I think antisocial personality disorder has it. It happens with a lot of personality disorders. I'm not sure if people with unipolar, aka major depression disorder, have this. Maybe some do. Maybe it's a combination. With me being bipolar, I do experience major depression symptoms, so I know what it's like to have major depression. I'm not sure. The only difference that I've read from bipolar and major depression is the fact that we also have mania episodes. So we're a roller coaster, whereas major depression is where they're on a train on, a level ground on a track that suddenly just plummets until the track ends at a cliff and they plummet and they hit the ground. They can't get up unless they're pulled out, basically. With manic depression, aka bipolar disorder, it's a roller coaster. You could be going steady, neutral. You could be going steady just fine, which is usually how we are when we're on the right medication, which I am. Unfortunately, the medication doesn't do anything for my estrogen levels.
So sorry, PMS, it's gonna happen. And if you don't give me my chocolate, Michael, I'm going to seriously kill you.
I'm kidding, but he threatened to take away all my chocolate last night. I'm like, you do that, I'm gonna kill you. It's a joke because women are just really bitchy when they're PMSing. Anyway, so with bipolar disorder, it's neutral on a steady level, and then anything could cause you to either shoot up to a spike, and you go up there fast too. It's not a steady rise. It's rocket roller coaster, rocket cheetah, rocket man, and then maybe that goes along for a steady bit, or maybe it drops really, really low and goes just really low. Anything can happen. Literally, anything can happen to put us down there, to pull us up, to make us neutral. Anything. It's really dangerous if you don't have treatment. Like, if I'm not on my medication, I'm not just a danger to myself, but I'm a danger to other people. However, I've never had my brain say, you need to sabotage yourself, you need to get people to punish you for being you. I punish myself. I'm gonna use Anna Tier as a metaphor again, because Anna Tier is the fictional character that's a metaphor for my manic depression. So quote-unquote Anna Tier will tell me in my head, these are not voices that I actually hear in my head, these are my thoughts, but I cannot control the thoughts. For those of you with a mental condition, depression condition, anything like that, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'll hear the thoughts in my head and I won't be able to chase them away. They'll say, you're worthless, you're useless, you're just a waste of space, everybody hates you, anybody who says they love you is just pretending. And they come at me over and over again, one after the other, like giant pieces of paper that are being crumpled and thrown on top of me, and I get just weighed down by them. My doctor has me on the best medication. It's the best combination that I've ever had, and I'm like, it's working so well. Comments like this without my medication would make me furious, would make me want to try and find out how to hack this person, get revenge, ruin their life. But since I'm on my medication, I can feel emotions at a normal level. Except for when you're PMSing, Reitanna. Since when do you sound like an old man, guys? Jeez. If I were to guess, this cyborg satyr has some kind of personality disorder where they are forced to sabotage themselves. And if that is the case, it's not their fault, but they need to realize what's happening with them and go get help. if you're in a situation where your parents don't believe you have a mental disorder, let's face it, a lot of you have been there. I've spoken to a lot of you who have been there. Parents who don't get you checked when you say you think you have a mental disorder are basically committing child abuse. Because if you have something and they refuse to take you to a doctor, it could ruin your entire life. Mental illness is just as bad, if not sometimes worse, as a physical illness. Think of it like a cancer that isn't going to go away and could possibly kill you, but you don't know when, because there's no cure for mental illness. So Cyborg, if these are the things that you're feeling, and maybe you're not in a position where somebody will take you to see a doctor, you need to call Child Protective Services, tell them you're unwell, and tell them that your parents aren't giving you the help you need. But if you're normal, I don't see why any normal person would write any of this. If you're normal and you're just doing this to stir up the pot, then, you know, it's hard to say that trolls are stupid, because in a way they're not. A lot of times trolls are very intelligent. They do know what they're doing. They always know what they're doing. And their intentions are negative to, again, stir the pot, get negative comments, and get everybody to gang up against them and protect me. Because apparently people think that I need protection. I've got my own protection. Thank you. Anyway, they know. They're intelligent because they know how to do it. I've had trolls who tried so hard to troll me, but I was just like, oh, honey, you're so bad at this. Is this your first time? You always remember your first, right? The thing is trolls exude a lot of psychopathic behaviors. Now, I may be a sociopath, but that differs from psychopath. And if you don't know the difference, you can easily Google it, and there are plenty of websites that show you the difference. A lot of people use the words interchangeably, and that's wrong. But teenagers actually feel as much empathy as a textbook sociopath. I technically am not a textbook sociopath because I don't torture little animals. I choose not to lie, but that doesn't mean I can't. That's the only thing. And I don't know why that's a common thing with sociopaths, but anyway, it's a very common thing with psychopaths. But if teenagers are already basically textbook sociopaths that are going to change once they grow up, hopefully, then the ones that are trolls are most likely psychopaths. Psychopaths are born, sociopaths are made. And they know the consequences. Psychopaths are not crazy. They're not insane at all. Psychopathic, it does not mean insane. It never has. Psychopaths know exactly what they're doing. They know the consequences. They know right from wrong. They just don't care. They do the things they do just to see what happens. That's it. It's just out of interest. It's for fun, etc. If this person is a troll, they're gonna be sitting there like, oh my god, what's Reitanna gonna say to me? I mean, god, what is her army gonna say to me? Because apparently they think my fans and Reitannites are my army, but I don't command. Our armies are supposed to be commanded by their leaders. I am not leadership material, and I do not command anybody to do something. You know, don't leave the hateful speech comments, whatever. That's different. That's common courtesy. I shouldn't even have to remind you not to leave rude comments, you know? And the reason why I do think that this is a troll is because they thought that what I said, which is what I showed you, was rude. So they are using it as an excuse to be rude toward me. And they're doing that because one of the number one signs of a manipulator, or I think this is Reitanna, speak, learn English, blah, 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 blah. Take out your tongue and reinstall it, make it work right, okay? A very common method of manipulation is taking somebody's words and turning them around to give a different meaning to try and attack the person who said them. Now, when the words are viewed by somebody who can properly, and I'm not saying that a manipulator doesn't know what you said, but somebody who has no intention of manipulating you will, see those words and understand them. A person who's trying to manipulate you, manipulate the situation, so and so and so, will understand exactly what you said, but will be able to turn it around in a way that makes it sound like this was your intent, to make it so that they have an excuse to attack you. And this is specifically something that would typically hurt me if it weren't for the fact that I've built so many walls. And I know I said I was going to make this short, but before, when I had first read this comment, I didn't understand the possible dangers hidden within it. Because there's one of two possibilities. This is either a troll, again, like I said, who is bent on stirring up negative, who's trying to start a flame war, which, guys, don't start flame wars with these people. These, I'm leaving the comments up so you can laugh at them. It's not, oh, I'm so sorry that these mean people are so mean to you, Reitanna. It's not, oh, I have to go talk to them and defend Reitanna because she can't defend herself. No, it's this is hilarious. This is humanity. This is what they are. This is what we are at our core. You're not like this, so laugh at these other people who deserve to be laughed at. This is supposed to be for entertainment. This is fun. This is funny, Unfortunately, if this isn't a troll, this is not funny. And it's not because it's directed toward me. It's because this person is hurting themselves. It's really pathetic. And I can't say I feel sorry for them, because I don't know for sure, but I can say that if this person sees this video and watches it all the way through and this was serious, this person really, really needs to look at their life, set some things down, and get in control of themselves, because you're not hurting. Well, I mean, I don't know how many other people you target, but hopefully they're strong. You're not hurting other people, honey. You're hurting yourself. And I do know how that feels, because even though I've done it in different ways, I've hurt myself a lot. Medication is, it's not going to change who you are. It doesn't erase your humanity. You still feel emotions, but they're at a normal level. So you need to find yourself, buddy. You really do. And it's really hard to say that I feel sorry for you, because I don't feel sorry for you, but I do understand that your life must be very miserable, and, I've been there. A lot of us have been there, but take a look at us, Maybe in our past we have taken it out on other people when we didn't understand, but I was a child when I did that personally. I don't know about anybody else, but we don't anymore. We have to face our problems on our own. These are our obstacles in our lives, and it's painful and it's difficult. It's so difficult to get over them. It's so difficult to face them. Courage is the mastery of fear, not the absence of it. You can be as afraid as, as if your life depended on it. But what would you rather do? Would you rather hide and cower and stay miserable your entire life? Or do you want to stand up and face the fear and conquer it and potentially get your life back and feel better and feel happy and get yourself under control? These are the questions that I asked myself when I was 20. And I said, I thought this was just something that teenagers go through, because the medication in my past didn't work, I thought the doctor who diagnosed me was lying. No, he just put me on the wrong shit. No. These are the things, I don't know a lot about other disorders. I believe depression disorders like bipolar, I know for a fact bipolar, gets worse as you get older. And it definitely did. So something had to be done, or I was going to die. If not me, somebody else was going to get hurt. So I took control. I was scared as hell. I have to take, last time I checked it was 9 pills. I think it's up to 10 now. I have to take a handful of pills every day just so I can get by. It sucks. It's stupid. And I have to do a bunch of paperwork for certain stuff, to renew my insurance every year, to blah, blah, blah. I have to go to a doctor, and now my doctor's moving to National City, which is just so far away that I ain't doing that. I'm going to have to find a whole different doctor, and I'm going to have to build my trust with this new doctor. I've been with this old doctor for years. I trust this doctor, as far as I could trust, somebody who's not Senpai or Michael. But the fact of the matter is that my decision to go see a psychiatrist and to get medication saved my fucking life. And even though life is hard, and I hate humanity, I hate society, I hate this planet, I hate my living situation, I hate this apartment, despite everything I hate, overall, my life is not perfect, it's not ideal. No one who's middle class or lower class, middle class, lower class are almost intertwined now. No one's life is ideal unless you're filthy goddamn rich. But compared to how I felt in the past, I feel fucking great. And that is why I've been able to build my walls, my armor, my barriers, build my walls so high that people can't climb over them. I've been able to do this for myself. And Mike is proud of me. I'm somewhat proud of me. I have to try and keep my pride back, otherwise people will tell me that I'm vain, but at the same time I have to try and get over that. That's still something that hurts me. But still, I wouldn't be able to protect myself if it weren't for my decision to get help. And again, if you're serious, you need to get help for yours and others' benefit. And if you're trolling, buddy, congratulations. You've just put a lot of smiles on people's faces. Actually, I'm PMSing, and it's like you put a smile on my face at the same time you make me really concerned. Because it could go either way. I can't think of any other possible reason why this person would say something like that, But it really doesn't matter that they said it or not. Their problems are not my problems. They could come to me for advice if they wanted to, like a lot of people do. I have a lot of you guys with problems who don't exactly know how to approach them. I cannot erase your problems, but I can tell you how to try and deal with them. I can at least try and lessen them for you. Cyborg Satyr, if you're having problems and this is something to be concerned about, you can come and talk to me. I've been told that I give really good advice. If you don't want advice and you just want someone to hear you, I can do that too. I can be a listener. You can vent to me. And, I'm not going to disclose your information to anybody else. What you say with me is confidential. I sound like a therapist, but unlike therapists who aren't allowed to give you advice, if you were to ask me for advice, I would be able to give it to you. But otherwise, you can ask anybody who I've helped. I don't tell their secrets. I don't tell their stories publicly. I keep them to myself. If you want to come to me, you can find my email address at the end of my mail time videos. That's where people usually come to me. They email me about their current situations, their problems. And I would say message me on DA, but I can't appeal until, if I remember correctly, July 9th. Anyway, I cracked my neck and that felt wonderful. If you've watched this far, which a lot of my Reitannites will have, my Reitannites do watch all my videos despite their length, I have a Twitch account now, and that is where I'm going to do a lot of my designing things for The Sims. Because I noticed that a lot of the videos I've been showing you are just showing things. But the videos where I'm designing houses, characters, etc., those take hours. And Twitch is that kind of website where you just sit and watch somebody playing the game for God knows how long. And so it's free to get an account. You can follow me, and you'll know when I go live. Unfortunately, I have to have the chat hidden from me because of my social anxiety. I cannot speak to people directly. Things like this comment section is fine because I can reply or not reply at my leisure. I cannot speak to strangers. I can't speak on the phone. I can't do chat services. I can't do one-on-one confrontations. So, that's my problem. So, you guys can talk amongst yourselves, but that's where I'm going to be doing a lot of my Sims 4 stuff, that I might re-upload certain things, if they're good enough, to YouTube. So, I will leave my link to my Twitch in the description. I did leave it in the description to my last Sims 4 video that's titled The Plant Family. Not like Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin. Has he passed away? If I remember correctly, Robert Plant passed away from a drug overdose. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. I love Robert Plant. I love Led Zeppelin. Anyway, so go follow me on Twitch. I'm actually going to do one right now, but I'm going to post this video later, so that doesn't even matter to you. And make sure to subscribe, spread the word of awesome. Click the little bell. That was awesome. I forgot to say leave a like, and I shall see you later, alligators and crocodiles. Goodbye. That was a weird sound I made. Excuse me. You're an idiot.